Welcome to our meeting. This is the Cumberland County Commissioners Finance meeting. We do this pretty much every week. Today is May 31st, 2023, appointed hours 1:30. And we will call the meeting to order since the appointed hour has arrived. And we open an opportunity for public comment from anybody, any member of the public online or in person who has an issue they wish to bring to the commissioners. Okay, nothing. So we'll move on. We have minutes of our May 24 meeting in hand. Entertain a motion on
that. Mr. Chairman, there's an error on the first page next to the last paragraph. It's on the minutes. The last sentence should say Commissioner Fauci seconded the motion, not me.
I'm sorry, where is this again?
Next to the last paragraph, first page.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be someone other than.
Right.
Okay, so we'll make note of that. Teresa, you can see that gets changed. And what we'll do is we can approve them based on the amendment.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes based on revisions that I just mentioned.
I second.
Okay, so moved and seconded. There's nothing else. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, thank you for that. All right, that brings us to our topics of discussion today. We have a handful of items here. I think we know what the big event is today. It's sitting in the middle of the room. It's not an elephant in the middle of the room. So we'll get to that just momentarily. However, we have some formal business we have to transact, I guess, first before we can do that. And that is we have to accept the donation, which is a formal process we have to go through. Unfortunately, the agenda item gives away the big secret, but that's okay. So, Bob and Claudia, did you want to address the?
I can talk. Okay. I think we can save for the second part the details, but I'm requesting the board accept a donation of a ceremonial bell. It was part of an Eagle Scout project by Caden Garner, and if the board would be so inclined, it will be used with the Honor Guard and services throughout the county for emergency service ceremonial details.
Okay. All right. So any discussion on that? If not, we'll have a motion to accept.
I will move to accept the donation of the ceremonial bell for the Emergency Services Honor Guard.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I assume this is Kate, right? Okay, well, that'll move us right into the recognition portion for the completion of this Eagle Scout project. So, Bob,
I can start. So maybe I'll start with intros. So with us today, we have Caden Garner, our Eagle Scout candidate, finishing up his Eagle Scout project. His parents, Claudia and Jeffrey Garner, grandparents, Rick and Sharon Thomas, and great-grandmother, Jean Mooney. And from the emergency services, Chief Robinstein from Silver Spring Township Police and the Chiefs of Police, Chief Randy O'Donnell from Carlisle Shippensburg Fire Chief, and Dwayne Nieves from Penn State Lifeline, also our president of EMS Council, and Mike Snyder, our 911 operations manager. So as you will see, all of the different emergency services are represented on the bell, but Caden come to me and asked, I had the idea for an Eagle project. Myself being Eagle Scout, certainly always willing to help the Scouts, whether it's tours at the public safety building or in this case, an Eagle project. So we were happy to hear what his ideas were, and I think you'll be pleased with the final result. Certainly I know, and you will soon learn to know what scouting means, especially in today's world with competition in sports and so many other activities. To be able to get to Eagle Scout is certainly an achievement, and leadership skills and things you'll use for life, whether it's hunting and knowing you can stay all night in the woods and make a fire and live, or your leadership skills and things you do every day for being the fine young man you already are. So with that, I asked Caden if he would talk a little bit about how the project came to be and the work he did, and then maybe we'll have the unveiling, and then if any of the other guests want to add comments, that's where we're at.
Okay.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Caden Garner. I'm the Senior Patrol Leader of Troop 120. I'm currently a Life Scout, hopefully soon to be Eagle. For my Eagle Scout project, I want to do something that was a little bit more out of the ordinary because you see a lot of benches and a lot of gardens and stuff like that. And I wanted something that really meant a lot to me. So as a child, my mother obviously was involved in 911. My father is a career firefighter. And I've been surrounded by the entire like line of duty aspects all my life, between the ceremonies and all the different line of duty funerals. I mean, it's been a part of me. And from a young age, I went to National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend. And I was there in full uniform with all of my pins I get from all the guys there. And I stand there and be there for the families and help support a greater cause. So I wanted to take that idea of Memorial Weekend and my entire childhood, I want to turn it into an Eagle Scout project. So it started off with something like this. I'll bring this up to you guys. It started off with a simple 3D model. I was working with my parents and they mentioned how they were in need of a new bell. So I got right into my notebook here and I started designing some different designs for an Eagle Scout project. And I ended up coming up with that short idea. I created a list. Yes, you'll see what that part means here in a second.
Not letting him close to that.
So I ended up creating a sort of a graphic list of things I needed for it, as well as what I wanted to look like. And somehow or another, it came to be what I have before you today.
Wow.
It came to be that. So after 172 hours of work on this, between lacquer, sanding, the making of the plates, the polishing of the bell, the making of the cord, I have before you the Eagle Scout ceremonial bell for Cumberland County. It was a long process. I was very pleased how it came out. I had a good group of boys working with me from my troop. For the podium part, of course, it was a very small group of people that were allowed to work just because of how pristine and how perfect this has to be. But I was able to get the rest of the troop with the travel case, which that's, I believe, sitting outside. So if you would like to see that, it's sitting out there if you would like to look at it. But this was all made by a couple different companies. So the metal frame is from Agar's Welding Company. The boards are from a guy named Alan at Hillcrest Molding. He helped cut all those and put them all together. The bell was donated to us by Pierce. They donated the bell to us. Of course, I made the braided cord. These plates here are from Muffin Enterprises. They made those and gave them to us, gave us a very charitable price on them, as well as all the lacquer and stuff came from Lowe's and stuff. And our big donor was, SSC Consulting. I know the person, I don't know the company by heart yet. But Save Our Six Foundation took all of the money. That way I was not able to touch any of it just because it gets kind of hairy. But they took all of it, bought all the materials and handed me it and said, here you go, see what you can do with it. And after a couple Saturdays, we were up to six Saturdays, we were able to get all this done. And I'm happy to present this to Cumberland County, whatever they wish to use it for.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I believe Chief Officer would like to make some comments.
Okay.
Yes, I'll stand over here, sorry. The importance of it, I think, stands for itself, so my comments are less pointed towards you and more pointed towards Caden. Because as Bob mentioned, there's a lot of other projects that are benches and bridges and things like that, and people, they're fantastic, but they are what they are. Your project is, and having the last 8 years now, been on the other side of a lot of these funerals, unfortunately, where I'm presenting to family and trying to say the right thing, not mess it up and ruin their day. The one thing that's going to stick with them is never what is said. And that was one of the first lessons I learned. Don't really worry about what you say. Just mean what you say. They're going to understand your tone, but they're going to remember the part of the ceremony when the bell was enacted. You have each individual profession has its own specific side. It's gonna mean something to those. So to you, from us that are here, thank you. It helps us, respect the family of those who are no longer with us. So just many thanks to you. And thanks to the commissioners for accepting the donation for us to use.
Yes, thank you very much.
Randy?
Of course, never has a talk to me, just talk. Yeah, Caden, congratulations. And on behalf of the Cumberland County Fire Chiefs Association, thank you for this. This is quite an honor. I've seen it at the honor guard ceremonies when I was down there at New Kingston a couple weeks ago. I was just blown away. For someone, I watched you grow up. They were from Shippensburg, Chief West End at the time, and came up through, and he was attending some of our the Child's Dream program. At his age, little coming up, wearing his gear, coming up through, and senior at the National Fire Academy. At times I participated and attended. This is in your heart, and as the chief said, it's not what we necessarily say; it's what our actions are. And your actions here today will live for a lifetime for many volunteers, and we hope we just never use in Cumberland County for the ultimate sacrifice, but it'll be here to remember our fallen from the past and the members that we lose over the years that have dedicated yourself. But I do have to tell one little funny story. We had, I don't know, if you all think it's funny, it might be embarrassing, but we go around the schools, we do all the fire prevention and all that stuff. And I believe he was in kindergarten or so. We do the stay low and go crawl under smoke. Well, Claudia and her great cooking one night had a little overcooked something. The smoke alarm goes off. And what I remember from the story, he goes down on the floor, crawling down like he's crawling through smoke, yelling, "Mom, you gotta get down, you gotta get out." So the things that you learn, but it's, we are proud of you. We're proud of you from Cumberland County and your home back where you started in Shippensburg and all the things that you and your family have all done to memorialize the people that we've lost. So we thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, commissioners and everyone. Caden, I do not know you. We're from opposite ends of the county, but I know your mother and I know of your father and I'm familiar with their work. So I'm not surprised at all that you accomplished this. Everything Chief Robinstein said, and Chief O'Donnell said, I can't echo it enough on behalf of the MS Council. Absolutely. I love that you thought outside the box. Again, seen a lot of very worthy Eagle Scout projects. This is unique and it's something probably no one else will ever do. And you have that to stick in your hip pocket and move on through. So I will tell you, I've been in this a long time, been a full-time EMS provider over 35 years, almost in leadership more than I was on the street at this point. But I will tell you one thing, I interview a lot of candidates, I see a lot of students, I see others in healthcare, in meetings, others in public safety. Everyone that I've ever dealt with in those years, personally and professionally, that was an Eagle Scout, I've yet to be disappointed by one of them. So that's something you're going to carry with you forever. So that's to be commended. It's a big step for a young man, and I applaud it for it. Okay.
Let everybody else talk.
That was our game.
Katie, great job with this. I just wanted to thank you for recognizing our 911 professionals. Sometimes we call ourselves the first responders, but I think sometimes people forget the role that the 911 professionals play in the emergency services process. So thinking about us and remembering those that we have lost is certainly very appreciated, and great job. Thank you.
Claudia, would you like to make any comments about your son's project?
I'm good.
I'm proud, yeah. I'm proud of him for working through it because it is a lot of hours, not just the project, but the entire scouting career. It takes a lot of determination and self-drive, which sometimes was kicks in the butt to get going, but he got it completed and the project, he did well leading it. Again, he sought out professionals to help him. He called Bob several times to get some information and input and guidance, and He talked with each of the vendors professionally, and it's a lot. It is a lot to take on, but I'm proud of him. He did a great job. Thank you for accepting it.
Anyone else?
My name's Rick Thomas. I'm the grandpa. Some people won't admit to that sometimes, but the only thing I'd like to say is I feel guilty in the aspect that my daughter was sort of forced into the fire service because my dad was in the fire service. And then Randy and Bob and I have been together for many years in the fire service. She took it over, turned around, married into the fire service. And then came along Caden. And the only thing I can say is I'm one proud grandfather, and I know his grandmother is too, and his great grandmother. So to the commissioners, thank you very much.
So just two quick things to add. Each side has a prayer, the fire service, the dispatch, the police, and the EMS prayer. That's one thing I wanted to incorporate because at a line due death or even in a ceremony, what your branch or your service stands for is a huge part of what you do. And I believe that this is just a nice remembrance of that, as well as I have a logbook. Anywhere that this belt goes, it gets signed. I did a little summary of the brief part of it. It's been used once already, as said, for the National Honor Academy. That has been used. I heard it went very well. I heard the closing ceremony, the bell got pulled very hard. Apparently, it was very loud. But I would be honored if you guys could write something in here saying that how it's accepted. It's up to you. But yes, this is my Eagle Scout project. I am thankful for you guys accepting it and thankful for the process that it brought. Thank you.
You might want to show the commissioners how that comes off.
Yeah,
So like the display didn't fall.
So, as I said before, this bell is actually inlaid in a hole in this. So this gets removed and gets put in its own pelican case. And then when it pops back on, throw it into where the holes are at. There. And it can be turned whichever way. And the pull cord very easily. The top still comes off though. So if you ever need that to clean it, it's there to be used. So that's pretty much every hidden feature with it and everything special about it. Thank you all very much.
Well, thank you. I'm assuming we're not getting a demonstration of the bells. So
I mean, if everyone agrees to it, I would.
You can do one ring.
Lightly.
You don't have to do it like
Okay, let's hear it.
I didn't want to be too hard. Blast someone's ear.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Thank all of you for your comments as well. Just folks must be so proud.
Very.
Done a great job, and it's so nice that so many generations are able to be here to acknowledge this. Thank you for what you've done as well. Yeah.
And as a great grandmother, I've seen this lad from little up, from birth. And there's no surprise of where he's at today. He's got a lot under his belt, more than what an average man does in a lifetime. He's got it under his belt already at a young age. So, yeah, I'm a very proud grandma.
Should be. It's where it all came from. So that's for all of you. So with that, Caden, we do have a little recognition we'd like to present to you. So if you want to come forward, we'll take care of that now. It's
It's okay. Congratulations, Ginger.
Okay, well, I can't tell you how honored we are as commissioners to be part of this and to accept on behalf of the county. This fine instrument here, but rather than add all the fine words that have been said, I'm just going to read this. Okay, I'm going to present this to Caden. It reads: the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes and commends Caden Garner, Boy Scout Troop 120, Shippensburg, for his creation and donation of the Cumberland County ceremonial bell that will be used by the Emergency Services Honor Guard. Growing up in the first responder community, Caden chose to create a ceremonial bell to honor our Cumberland County first responders who gave their lives in the line of duty. Through countless hours and generous contributions, Caden's dedication to his Eagle Scout project ensures that each time the bell rings, it echoes their memory and dedication to service. The Cumberland County Board of Commissioners accepts this donation and congratulates Caden for his dedication and passion to his Eagle Scout project. It's presented and dated this day, 31st of May, 2023, signed by all three commissioners. And we hope you will display this proudly somewhere, token of our thanks and appreciation for what you've done. Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Afterward, did you want to do any big photos with family and all that? or-
A family photo would be very
You can,
nice.
we can do that now. if you like, let's do that now.
Yeah, with all the commissioners. Go ahead.
Get it now?
Do it With and without. Any combination you want, take your time.
Come on up. Mom, Dad, great grandma.
Good.
You should go get your picture taken. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I get to walk.
Come on up. This is an occasion for all. Please, please.
It looks like
First one without. We'll do the family first. Do the family first.
be nice of
Mike, get out there.
Mike, let the rest of the family in, Mike.
Okay, commissioners, please. Okay. And the rest of the family?
Mike, get in there now.
No. Please do.
Can't read food.
Families. You don't remember now. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jim Titan. There you go. Everyone look at me. Okay, and the first responders, please. Join Mike. Mike, next slide, please. Okay, guys, you're gonna have to tighten up. There you go. Thank you very much.
I feel left out.
There you go. And one more. Thank you.
How about the family and extended family and the rest of us out?
Oh, extended family, okay. Extended family, wanna stay?
That's a tremendous thanks for this. Really great moment.
I can't be happier.
Pay attention.
You hit the jackpot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know Claudia's not gonna miss a photo op.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
congrats.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Because I know that I don't.
Sure.
Thank you.
Keep going there, Papa. Okay. Thanks again.
You guys. Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners. Have a wonderful day. Thank you all.
See ya.
Okay. Very nice. Don't get to do that every day.
No, no, you don't.
That's very impressive, just incredible. Okay, I guess that's Kelly Smith as the name up. So she's been very patient. Thank you for waiting as we went through that. So we have one other item, and that is our quarterly update for the Cumberland County Commission for Women. And Kelly, you're on.
Thank you, commissioners. Thank you for making time for me. It's certainly hard to follow Caden. How impressive. I'm not as exciting as Caden, so sorry. And I'm sorry I'm not there in person. I certainly wanted to be. Work is just a little crazy today. So an update on the Commission for Women. We currently have 14 members. Our max is 25, but our 14 members that we have, I know that sounds low in comparison to 25, but our 14 members are very committed, and we've been doing some active recruiting on our social media channels. So we do have some applications in for our next meeting this summer. So we're very excited about that. To review the programming from the first quarter, we did a domestic violence awareness event on 4/11 online on our Facebook page. It was a Facebook Live event. Our panelists were Ashley Wakoyak, who is also a CCCW member, and Brooke Rush. They were our survivor panelists. We had DA McCormack, which we were really excited about. We had Angie Long from the Carlisle YWCA. And we had Lynn Carson, who is the director of the UPMC Child Advocacy Center. And the event was hosted by Chick to Chick podcast, which is Flora Postorero and Carrie Perry, formerly of ABC 27. As of last Thursday, the event had over 800 views. It was at 841 as of Thursday. So we definitely reached a lot of people from that domestic violence awareness event. And it was targeted as a part 2 from an event we did last fall. So it was a continuation talking about what to do if you're in a domestic violence situation. And it was targeted to Cumberland County specific, which was really unique. So we weren't talking generally about Pennsylvania or our nation. We were making it very, very specific to our residents here in Cumberland County. So we were really happy to see that so many people took advantage of this free event that we offered. We've also been attending the county mental health town hall discussions. We've been working alongside Annie and allowing the commission to be part of the stakeholder group when that's formed. So we're really excited about that we get to have a say and we get to be part of that group that's forming. Some of our upcoming program that we have a lunch and learn series that we're going to offer this summer. We're calling it Navigating Systems. And it's to connect women to resources and how to navigate the legal system in terms of child custody, divorce, PFA. I'm a first responder myself, and we have so many times where women or families, they don't know how to get a PFA. They don't know resources that are available to them. So that's the point of this Navigating Systems, is to make it short, bite-sized segments to give women the opportunity to know what's available to them here in our county. What's really exciting is we're working on getting approved for CEU hours for social workers and those in relative fields. Since the county has an established YouTube channel, I reached out to Ben so we can still post the videos for free so everybody can get to watch them. He's going to work on giving us a channel on the YouTube page. So those will be able to sign up for the CEUs, but we can still offer it for free to everybody, which is really, really exciting. We're also continuing our partnership with the Peyton Walker Foundation, which is a women-owned and operated foundation right here in Cumberland County. In December, we did an initiative called Giving the Gift of Life, where we sponsored an AED to be placed in a location in need in our county. And we're going to continue our work with them. And we're going to offer not just the AED, but the training. So not only are we giving the physical device, but we're going to ensure that those that have it are going to know how to use it. So we hope that our commission can potentially save a life by continuing this partnership. And on the back end, just giving an FYI of where our admin team is at. We've been working on reviewing and revising our bylaws because they haven't been updated in quite a long time. So the goal of that is to just ensure fairness and equity for all our members. So the admin team, we've been going through them with a fine-tooth comb, and then they'll be voted on by all our members to ensure that everybody is on board with that. And then they'll be submitted to the county solicitor for final review. We're also working on our strategic plan to be implemented this year, and it's going to outline the next 3 years. So since our membership terms are 3 years, we thought it made sense that to create our strategic plan that way so we can plan out the upcoming years to focus our programming and initiatives throughout the county. That is where we are in a nutshell for the first quarter. Do you guys have any questions about any of our programming or anything that the commission is doing?
Such a great update.
Yeah, that was plenty exciting. You guys got a lot going on, so.
We do. It is very exciting. It's exciting to have the momentum that we have right now. I'm really pleased with our members and the work that we're doing.
Good. That's very good to hear. I don't think there's any additional questions. We appreciate the update. We appreciate your patience and letting us get through our ceremonial aspect today. It was a lot of fun, but we had to get some business done too. I appreciate you calling in, providing us the update on a regular basis. So, if there's nothing else, just add our thanks and tell you have a nice day, the rest of your day.
Thank you, commissioners.
Okay, thank you. And that brings us to item 5, which is other business. Is there anything additional needs to come up before the board? Okay, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment then.
Move to adjourn.
All right, we stand adjourned.